No, we didn't. Probably about 30 or 40 short. I thought the start we got off to was brilliant. All the feedback was it was a good wicket, and notoriously here it does get a little bit harder, but I don't think it did a great deal get harder. So Kuldeep bowled well. We know we can bowl well, and we know we can play him better than that. So between now and the next game, we need to assess our plans, make sure they're the right ones, and stick with them.
I suppose some people would point out that familiar failures from not that long ago against Spain. Do you acknowledge that? Well, people will say problems against spin again, which has happened in the not that distant past previously, for instance against Rahul in Bangalore.
Yeah. That's I suppose fair. We weren't good enough in Bangalore. A bit of a different game. We probably left too much to get off him towards the end. Different today. He took 3 wickets in four balls, I reckon, and deceived us. It wasn't a case of chipped him up in the air or anything. Completely deceived us. So I thought he bowled well, but like I mentioned, we know we can, so we need to get better at playing it.
Well, Wendy,
was this a reminder that everything against India is very, very different from against Australia? They play spin better, they bowl better spin, the crowds are more behind them, more back. Everything's different, isn't it? The next
Yeah. We've been saying that in the lead-in. We talked about every game in this series potentially feeling like an away game. It has the potential to do that, particularly when you play India and Pakistan away from home. They have a huge following. That's the reality of things, and we have to be accepting of that and get on with things. But they're a strong side. They're a strong side.
It looked like, for example, Johnny and Joe only lasted one ball each, but didn't quite pick Kuldeep. In that case, how do you play it better if you're struggling to pick up? Is it something that you get better at if you spend more time at the crease and you be able to?
I totally agree with you. I think you do. The more time you spend at the crease, the better you see the ball. You go from sitting on the sideline and a dugout to match pace scenario when a guy's 3 overs into a spell. So it is going to be difficult to start, and that's the hardest part about batting is you're starting. So yeah, nail on the head. I think face more deliveries off.
Is it relevant that Joss, who seemed to pick him, may have seen him at close quarters to the IPL quite recently?
Potentially, but he's probably already faced 35 balls before he's come on to bowl. Like Joss is a magnificent player, spin, I think, regardless. If he has, he still would have played him reasonably well. But I think if you go back and analyse how Hales and Joss played him, it was actually pretty smart. Didn't give him chances, didn't necessarily get away, but acknowledged that he was bowling well. And then sort of one side I looked to take on the short side, didn't work, and then he got 2 of our guys out. So
before a series and a match, it must be so difficult to simulate how you practice against a letdown wrist spinner because it's so rare right now. So how was that leading into the series, considering how well Kuldeep's been bowling in all formats recently?
Yeah, I think it's like any challenges where you go anywhere. If you're facing a guy who bowls 95 mile an hour, it's very difficult to replicate. If you're facing a guy who turns it both ways and disguises it well, it's very difficult to replicate because there is nobody else who bowls like that. So your preparation is a clear mind, you have a pretty clear plan and you stick to it.
How do you get your spinners to keep buoyant and confident when obviously they've been played quite well today?
Yeah, I think the way our spinners were played sort of was in small margins. It could have gone completely the other way. We take a half chance on the boundary with Chris Jordan or KL gets caught at point. It's a completely different game. I don't think everybody found it as easy as KL did today. I thought he played extremely well. But if that catch is taken in Moen's first over, it almost allows him to bowl another 2, either staggered, because you can't afford to get out straight away. You have to get out of that over into the next one.